You guys love the bagel adventure, so I figured let's make another one. Today we are trying Pearl's Bagels and Bakery in Albany, New York. Let's get down there and try some of these bagels. Pearl's Bagels is a small batch hand-rolled bagel shop located in Albany, New York. In addition to bagels and standard flavors, they also offer baked goods as well as breakfast and lunch sandwiches. We stopped at the Pearl's small operation on a very busy Sunday morning. As I mentioned later in the video, we bought half a dozen bagels with plain homemade cream cheese, total cost $14, coupled with 2 breakfast sandwiches, each $12, and an additional interesting item. Our total for that morning was over $40. While we were in the shop, they gave us samples of the fried challah, which tasted like an incredible dense yeast donut. After a short ride home, we got to try Pearl's Bagels. This place, Pearl's Bagels, is in a little plaza, kind of in what I'm going to call the nether regions of Albany. Actually, when you're going off the highway in this area, all of the exits say exit only, so you feel like it's kind of like the only way you can get to this particular area. It's not that inaccessible. It's just make it a little bit of a funny around it. But we got a couple of breakfast sandwiches to try and also some of the bagels. I'm not going to get into tasting all the bagels, but as far as all the flavors that we actually had today, which we're going to probably eat throughout the week here, we got plain, the everything, the onion, the garlic, cinnamon raisin, and cranberry. Today we're going to try to do it justice by trying out their plain bagel and kind of seeing what the baseline is. But I also got a breakfast sandwich off of their breakfast sandwich menu. What I'm gonna do is just cut the plain bagel across, put some of the cream cheese that we picked up there. So here we go with the plain bagel with their cream cheese. Now, as I was actually putting the cream cheese on, I noted it was pretty thick. So I'm looking forward to trying this. I didn't apply too much. Anyway, I gotta shut up and I gotta bite right into it. So let's see. One thing right off the bat I could tell you, this bagel is nice and crusty. And you know, as far as the channel here, you always got to go with the crusty. But it's actually notable because a lot of the bagel places up here, their bagel ends up being kind of bready in the middle. This kind of has that doughiness of a New York City bagel with that kind of really, really crunchy exterior that you would get from New York City bagel. The form factor is a little bit smaller. I would attribute that more to the fact that it's compact. There's not too big of a hole in the middle, and you can tell it's kind of knotted and not really rolled out smoothly like a New York bagel that would be larger would be. So I wonder if we would weigh this against a typical New York bagel, whether or not it would, I'm passing it around, whether or not it would actually be similar in weight. The dough in the middle is nice and flavorful. I would say as far as bagels in the area, this is up there as far as the quality of it. It's a plain bagel, so I'm just gonna say that's enough of that. I'm looking forward to trying the rest of the bagels throughout the week. Particularly that garlic one looked really good. It looked like there was a nice good crust of garlic on the outside that varied in textures from like kind of blondish to a little bit deeply caramelized, and I think that's gonna be really good. But I got something here that I think is gonna test the waters a little bit more, and I mentioned before what it is a breakfast sandwich. So without any further ado, we got our bag and let's dig right in. Now, I don't remember much about the sandwich that I actually ordered. I remember it was called chicken or the egg. I remember there were some spicy components, and I remember that I chose the everything bagel for this particular sandwich. So let's unwrap and wow. I open this, it's all coming back to me. It is, and this is an impromptu chicken sandwich wars episode, I guess, too. It's a chicken cutlet with some bacon, a fried egg, a little bit of cheddar cheese, sriracha, jalapenos. Anyway, you guys got to get on me for talking too much. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna bite into the thicker side. This will have been the first time that I've ever had a chicken cutlet on a breakfast sandwich. My God, that is good. One more bite. That fried egg is cooked to a perfect over medium, and it's really interesting because our transit back is about 20 minutes back home. It carried really well, it kept nice and warm. Even with me setting up all this camera equipment to get this review recorded, it's really pleasant. The everything bagel is really good. Again, super crusty, you always gotta go with the crusty. So it's a really over-the-top breakfast sandwich experience, and that chicken cutlet is really interesting. Now, I doubt that they're actually frying chicken cutlets fresh for this, so this is probably a reheated thing. The crust on it is a little bit on the soggy side, but I don't think that does any disservice to this sandwich. I think it's just fine. There's so many other things there that for it to play off of, that to even expect that you'd have a crispy chicken cutlet on a breakfast sandwich that's been wrapped up with cheddar cheese, a fried egg, whatever, sriracha and pickled jalapeno. Where is it? Fresh jalapeno. Fresh jalapeno. It's just not a reasonable expectation to expect that chicken to be completely crispy. But anyway. The one thing I'll say as far as the menu and ordering these sandwiches, there were kind of 3 columns on that menu. The first column is the breakfast sandwiches that they had in the morning while we were there. The middle, I guess, is more of lunch items. And then on the right is more of their bagels and cream cheese and miscellaneous type offering stuff. It was kind of difficult to read, even as close as we were, because it's kind of a small space. Difficult to read what was on those sandwiches. And you can make your own breakfast sandwich and stuff too. As far as the experience, that was a little bit where it got a little confusing, and it was busy in there too a little bit. That's one kind of note to this place, Pearls in Albany. As far as the quality of everything here, I think we're dealing with a place that's actually doing a really good job, and I think the food here is great. We got one more thing to try, but I want to finish talking about this breakfast sandwich. And for that, we need one more bite. I just love breakfast sandwiches on Everything Bagels. It kind of gives you the wide range of seasonings you can get. That's why it's called an Everything Bagel. I mean, I'm telling you something that is probably the most obvious thing I've ever said here on the channel. What I like about this here is you can taste that garlic and onion, all those seeds on there and everything, and that helps to play into everything. Now, as far as the sriracha and jalapeno peppers that are on here, it's not applied in such a way that it's overwhelming or extra spicy or anything like that. It's got just the right amount of zing to kind of just lift up a breakfast sandwich. I love sriracha on breakfast sandwiches, and this is kind of perfect for all that. The egg is cooked right. I really don't have anything bad to say about this at all. I did mention we have one more thing to try, and I'm gonna make it quick. This is an Everything Challah roll. I'm starting to get full here, so I'm gonna bite into the kind of the smaller end of this Everything Challah roll. Now it is heavy. It's got a lot of weight to it. Wow. So everything about this reads bagel with the exception of the taste of the bread inside. The everything seasoning, it just reminds you of a bagel as soon as you bite into that. The crustiness of everything around it reminds you of a bagel. You taste it and it tastes like traditional challah. It looks like they tried to be a little cute and make it nice and swirly, like kind of like a small little challah roll. This would be awesome with a burger or something, but like it is very heavy. I don't know if I would do a burger on this or just kind of pick at it like a mall pretzel. That's good. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit it with a like and subscribe if you like food. On the channel here, you know we love our bagels. Click into this playlist right here to see some of our other bagel adventures, local and far away.